Hey everybody, welcome to Dragonbane night. We've been off for a little bit, but we're all back, maybe ready to fight this thing. I've been gently pushing them to take on this snake tonight, so they probably won't, but we'll see what happens. So, welcome back. Let's give a quick recap because it has been just a little bit since we played. You all have made your way to Bothild's Lode. You got word that there was probably a piece of the dragon statue in this place. When you got there, you also found that Maladuke had been making it a base of operations. So not only was there the piece that is here, but also her piece that the goblins got back from Vaughn. Willingly. I mean, he gave it up. He gave it to them. So now, after tricking whatever... The name is the White Death, this giant leviathan snake. After tricking it into pretty much annihilating all of Maladuke's forces, you all noped the fuck out of there once you saw how big it was and was like, yeah, we need reinforcements. Maladuke found you in the middle of the night, and after narrowly avoiding decapitating Vaughn when he insinuated that orcs were animals, and barely navigating that skill check, you actually did strike an allyship with her. She has agreed to work with you, especially since otherwise she would need to actually raid the city of Outskirt in order to retrieve the sword of Uthdurnum once you get all the pieces. But she's agreed to work with you. You also have sent word to back to your people in Outskirt for a little bit of backup, and Beyonce's girlfriend shows up, as well as Ares, the wolfkin that you rescued or met in the woods on your way to your first place at Rittermound. They do not know about your alliance with Maladuke, but Maladuke does know they're coming.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to pick up the next day, and Crow, through your stomach is feeling much better. You have joined us again, and you are back in full health. And I will move us back to the scene. So, let's see. Where did I say? Both its Lode, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Crowfoot, they say when you're in new places, don't drink the stew.
I don't know what came over me. I did something that I normally wouldn't do.
Yeah.
You just weren't yourself.
No.
Well,
in your defense, you tried to stay off screen, but Vaughn would not allow it.
Yes, I know.
So
all is well within the realm. I have returned.
It's morning. I mean, it was morning, I think, when we left, but Althelia and Ares are now there with you. Ares, I think, was the last to speak, asking you what we were hunting. And then they're basically just waiting for what you called them here for, because they don't really know yet.
Because you wrote the message, feel free to tell them about the White Death.
The White what now?
The giant
I think
fish
didn't we tell them last time when they came?
I don't think you told them everything that they needed to know. I mean, there's some detail. You tell them what you want to tell them.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of details to remember. There's a warg family. Don't forget about that. There's wargs and pups in there that probably need food. And then I don't know if you're telling them about Maladuke. I don't think you were. But you also have the deal with Bothild's ghost that
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That'll definitely help.
Oh, and we're back. Okay, so we went inside. There's still a warg pack family at the entrance that we evidently ignored due to other sounds that we could hear. The long story short of it is, there is a giant fuck-off serpent thing down there in all of the catacombs and caverns or whatever, and that thing is absolutely huge. And it hurts a lot.
It's not It's not dead, though, right? Because I kind of had my full of undead things after Rittermount, but...
No, that the serpent's very much alive. It's been alive for a while, but it's still alive.
I can see to that.
The undead thing's actually on our side, and it's not really undead. She's just a ghost.
Ares takes just a small step back. Is there a difference between a ghost and an undead?
Yes, actually there is. One is a spirit. The other is a unholy abomination that has been brought back from its rest.
I'll take your word for that.
That's a good way to put
it. Don't kill the goat. Well, if we could anyway.
She mostly doesn't have her head on her shoulders, literally and figuratively, so I don't think she's going to be a problem.
Ophelia nods. Okay. And you have confirmation that the statue piece is here?
Yes, the ghost was the previous owner, and she has confirmed that she has it. Had it? It's somewhere in there.
It's in her tomb, which is blocked off, and the door has been sealed shut for quite a while. But apparently the piece is in there, but we did also promise to kill this thing because we have reason to believe, and I'm going to look at Biconse. I was going to say we have reason to believe that one of the pieces may have been eaten by the serpents. We believe Maladric's forces were in another entrance, and we kind of sicked him on them. So we don't know if they're still alive or not. So as far as we know, there's still a piece inside. There might be a piece inside the serpents.
Yeah, that's why we called you, because we had noticed they were being attacked. Well, we sicked him on it. And then it came for us, and it's way bigger than we thought it was going to be. We do also, speaking of things, there's some morgues in there, but I think if we give them a little bit of meat, they might be on our side.
Hey, I'm gonna need. You can do it with a boon, but I'm gonna need a bluffing from you, Biconse, just because there was some half truths in that.
Yeah,
and I'm just wanting to see if she gets a little suspicious. Actually, you don't need it. I was gonna give you 2 boons because 1 with your relationship with her, and then 2 because you've got too many names. I almost called you Lauren because Kyra was helping, but.
Excellent.
That's the problem with having you in every game. I keep forgetting who you are.
I forget who I am sometimes.
Okay. So we need to, first order of business, kill the snake. I found the best way to do that is usually remove the head. So.
It's a big old head, so.
Ares goes, I'm a big old wolfkin too, so. No time like the present.
Well, as long as we can keep ahead of it, we're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I'll give you your punspiration for that.
Well,
I haven't handed it out in a while.
Easiest punspiration I've ever gotten.
Sure, you would do one. You've had a couple. Yeah. Okay.
Vaughn, you're quite knowledgeable. You were able to figure out that this is the old dwarvish mines. How deep did you say that the caverns went? I remember you mentioned it when we were inside. I think you said something about it. Cause I'm trying to remember what it was, but I remember you did a history check on it, and you had said that it was super deep.
It's super deep. Yes. Unless Vaughn, you want to, if you remember.
I don't remember. I don't remember that at all.
It is very deep. There were multiple levels underneath where you were, and they're all flooded. So, I mean, and you see how big the actual snake is. So it's got a lot of room down there. But you did find a foolproof way of bringing it to the surface.
Yeah.
But you're out of goblins.
Well, yeah, true. We just need to bring it back up with some fresh meat. I'm sure we can deal with that simply enough.
You said there's wargs at the entrance, right?
Yes.
My idea
would make it easier to kill.
Yes, my idea of fishing. we could fish it out.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was an idea we had. What our idea is, and this is mostly Vaughn, what a genius, is we try to fashion a large hook of some sort and trap it and pull it onto the surface because it looks like it might not be able to move as well on the surface. And then maybe block it off from being able to escape. And that way we can more easily remove its head. Yeah.
Crowfield.
I have some
Usually.
rope I can tie to my. Have some rope I could tie to myself and then attach to my spear, and then when it's above, I can spear it in the face.
I would definitely get its attention just to make sure that we can bring it back up to make it easier to kill, because the thing's quite ferocious.
One might even say it has a ferocity, if you had to give it a number, 2. Does anyone even remember what ferocity means?
Fuck no.
Yeah,
Number of actions.
It's the number of actions it
Oh,
gets
okay.
a number.
Damn, that sounds like
I have
a
a
couple
ferocity of
ferocious-
8, so we should go.
So, the fishing plan
Okay.
is the one that we've kind of circled around the most. You do need some bait though at this point because the goblins are gone. So you'll have to find some fresh meat for it.
I am the bait. Let's go.
No use debating. Oh,
Jeez,
on it.
You are on it tonight. You're having a good night.
Oh.
My goodness. All right. So if you're comfortable and you're all right doing that, then when we can start getting us all sorted. We still need to deal with the wargs.
So,
What that means to.
So, Crowther, we're just gonna let you bob in the water?
Something like that.
I'm here for this plan.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting.
Okay, so now we just need to get down there. Do we have any meat to placate the wolves, or are we just gonna deal with them as we go?
I don't-
Wolves or wargs?
So
I don't really know the difference, to be honest.
I'm not
One
telling you.
has big, giant, furry backs with fangs, and the other ones look like big dogs.
They're wargs.
Okay, not
They're
the dogs.
wargs.
The big fucking fuck you things.
They're basically so here's the thing. I will remind you. I'm not telling you what to do. I will remind you, Kyra, you're a hunter.
I am a hunter, so you'd think I would know what I'm talking about. Evidently, no.
Or maybe go out and hunt something.
You're one roll away from having the meat you need to get past the wargs. That's all I'm saying.
That's what he said. Yep.
I've got the companion one, but I don't really feel like using a companion as meat.
Well, your companion has returned, by the way, the bird that you sent out.
Yeah.
It returned with Ophelia.
I'll start
like
to go
a hunting roll or a
there's a hunting and fishing.
Yes, and that's I'll say you just need an hour. You just need an hour in the morning and one skill check, and then we'll see what you get. So we'll need a hunting and fishing.
Okay.
Okay,
that's a success.
I expected you to fail that for some reason. I was just
Yes, so did I. You are not the only one.
I actually was wondering if that's why you weren't doing it, because you just didn't want to fail or push the roll. So Kyra goes out for a bit, and after about an hour comes back dragging this big deer behind them. So there's all sorts of meat. I mean, you could have if you wanted to take some more time, you could have some nice venison for breakfast, but you've definitely got enough for the wargs. And if you wanted to, you'd have a little bit left over for the fishing.
As I get closer, I just say, Vaughn, close your eyes.
Kyra, how could
dragging
you?
This.
How could you kill that poor innocent animal? And
Well, it was either us or them, so they're
I'd
helping
much,
us to sustain more life.
I'd much rather use Crow through as the bait.
Oh, this
No,
is
those
for
kill
the
that poor little
wargs.
deer.
That's for the wargs.
This is for the wargs, yeah. I thought we
Well.
were just gonna like throw this in the room and let them eat that while we deal with the big one. I mean, if you want us to kill a family of wargs, like the parents and the kids and that, we're happy to do that instead. But this one's already dead. Wow, that sounds really dark.
Yeah. You've been dark this week, Psychic.
Jesus.
I don't know. It sounds perfectly logical to me.
I mean,
What's done is done.
we're keeping the other ones alive.
For now.
Aries just kind of licking his lips while he's looking at the deer.
Don't worry, Aries. There'll be plenty to eat once we're done.
All right.
Yeah, especially if you like seafood.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry, Vaughn. I forgot to ask Vaughn, how do you feel about us killing this creature? You know,
Well,
it
the
is-
creature is a threat to our lives, so I have no
So
problem
are
with
the
that.
wargs.
Yeah, the wargs too, but this poor little deer was no threat to you.
I know. I saw him looking at me menacingly.
I was
out there.
literally just about to make a joke saying it looks to be funny.
Same vibe.
I understand how endearing you are to the wildlife.
Hey,
Yep, there you go. You can take it.
that was
You got
good.
your punspiration. That was pretty good. Okay. So you've got the meat you need for the wargs.
Yeah. I'm gonna start dragging it in.
Okay.
And get ready to throw it in the room or do something with it.
Okay. As you make your way in, Psychic,
Oh,
there's a
perfect.
dog going
No,
nuts.
it's the wargs.
No.
They killed the deer.
It's the wargs.
Fucking
They are hungry.
golden.
They are like, you can hear them almost sounding like they're barking. So they're far enough away. They sound like they're in Australia, but also right in your ear.
Fucking neighbor's dog, I swear to God.
As you drag the deer back into that central room, you start to hear the growls. Sounds very similar to that. When you come into the central room, there's one of them that's kind of just already out there, and it's sniffing the ground, sniffing some of the blood trails where the goblins were. It looks at you, and then it just kind of lowers a little bit, and its hackles rise, and it goes.
I'm going to. I'm gonna like still dragging the deer. I'm gonna walk over to the side a bit and just kind of like try and push it up, like in a corner, and like walk back, like
Okay.
trying to keep a circular distance from the warg.
It just it watches you go the entire time, and there's one point where it just kind of lunges forward in like a threatening motion, but doesn't actually come towards you.
Don't even react to it.
So you drop the deer, kind of back away. It slowly starts making its way over to the animal, and it sniffs at it. It looks at you, and then just kind of bends down and grabs it around the neck and starts dragging it back to its den.
Cool.
Adorable.
Oh. Okay, we've got some time. I'm ready to drag this thing onto the surface.
I'm
Crowther,
ready.
you ready?
Always. Let's go.
All right.
All right.
Everyone,
Let's go.
here's the fun part.
Gonna put on tactical mode, so you all can click that if you'd like. Let's sync it up.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, that's right.
Dun,
Okay.
dun.
So you've been here before. We've cleared all of the fog of war. But what I need to know is any of the places where the water is like dark blue is really deep. So that would be a place that you could set up your fishing spot. The question I have though is, where are you going to do that, and where do you want people positioned for when that happens?
All right, well,
You know what's wild is I think it's that hallway, the northernmost horizontal hallway. Can I ping? No, I can't ping.
Somebody did. Was that not you?
I did.
That
Just
wasn't me.
hold down your left mouse button.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on pan mode. I think it's some sort of not letting me. Okay. But yeah, so that northernmost horizontal hallway, I think that might be the best to do it because there's the least amount of available dark spaces. So we can more easily cut it off, and then we
Okay.
can, if we need to retreat, we can retreat or drag it up into that circle room.
Right. I was gonna say
Okay.
that'd be the best thing if we can get it up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we try like that middle dark space, that smaller one, if we block off the end there, yeah, and then or even farther if we wanted to, we could do that too, and then bait it up and then drag it up towards the circle. I think that'll be the best.
Okay.
Yeah, I think to add to that, what we should do is maybe put our friends here, pull it out towards the room, so that way they can attack from the rear
Mm-hmm.
and keep it from going back into the deep.
So you want Ares and Alphelia on this side?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we drag
Okay.
it up to the big room and then
And then-
fight on two fronts.
Yeah.
Right. And then what I'm going to do with the rope is I'm going to loop it around me and then down and through, making basically a climber's harness.
Oh wait, shit.
So
What
when
did
it's hot, what?
I just remembered? Where did we put Orc Lady?
You didn't put her
Melody
anywhere.
would be- Yeah, she
Wasn't
was going to
supposed
be off on
hide in
her
the
own.
background?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She's
Yeah,
black.
she'd probably be at the back.
So
You don't
that
know
way,
where she is.
when it's tight, I don't go anywhere, but I can grab the front of the rope and pull it towards me, and grab the back of the rope and it'll loosen up and I can pull it tight. So basically I can move myself forward, and if I'm not doing that, the rope remains tight with pressure.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
So place your tokens where you want to be standing up for this this fishing attempt. So you're going to be in the water, right?
Into the circular room up there. Okay. I am also probably going to be on this side, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great. I can zoom in.
That's where you want to be, Vaughn?
Well, where do you think I should be?
I think people should be in the room. That's where we're pulling it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought
we
you
gotta
needed
be
somebody
there
to
for
block
the
this
call.
area off.
Well, we have.
Yeah, we've
the
got
other thing.
Ares and Alphelia.
Okay. I'll stay in the room then. I have no problem with that.
And we'll be here to help you drag. So we'll run
So-
down and drag.
Let me make
Shouldn't
sure
we tie
I
the rope
understand.
up?
Yeah, Rothu's tied up. Where's the rope? Did you run it back through
No.
into the
So-
room, or
No, so I have it, I drill a hole through my spear, put it through the spear, and then I'm going to use the spear to anchor myself to the creature. So that way, if it tries to get, drags me under, I can use the rope to pull myself closer to it and still fight it.
okay? Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm basically using myself.
How are we going to pull the thing up then?
Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm kind of looking to see. I don't think I have anything on my inventory that I can use, kind of like a claw or something for the rocks to anchor myself that way.
I mean, does anybody else have another thing of rope? Because if you did, you could use that as a second
I have
rope.
I've got 10 meters, yeah.
Yeah.
Krotu, you're a strong man, but I don't think you're that strong.
You'd be surprised.
I think you need all of our assistance.
Well, if there's a secondary rope,
Well, you have
And
100
another
feet,
idea-
right? I should be able to reach this.
I have a fantastic idea. We have more than one rope available, correct?
Yes.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to tie a second rope to me.
Mm-hmm.
We able to feed it through this rubble?
You can try.
I have a rope too.
We
I
could
have a
feed
rope.
it. If we could feed it through this rubble, and then tie it off with rocks, so that way it can't be pulled back through. That would keep the creature from pulling me in, and then we can have a proprietary rope, if you want, to help pull me back towards this room.
Yeah.
I have 10 meters of rope.
Same.
Everyone's got rope.
Yeah, so
Cool.
we'll have rope. So I
All right,
will.
cool.
Everyone working together. What do we think?
We'll let
Bushcraft.
her through.
Whoever's going to tie the rope.
Probably.
Whoever's going to tie the rope. I need a bushcraft roll with the number of boons of people helping. So 3.
Is
Okay, I'll roll that since it's my idea.
Yeah. My bushcraft is 8, so I'm
11. Yeah.
And how many boons?
3.
3.
All right, how do we roll again?
That's a good question.
uh,
I need a player to tell that because mine looks
The
different.
the left
Still-
side. The left side of
Yeah.
the
You
screen.
can just click on the
Okay.
bushcraft and then click the amount of dice you want to use.
yeah, but on the left side of my screen, I don't. What am I supposed to be looking at?
Bottom left,
Here's
you don't
your
see anything?
skills.
Skills?
Skills at the bottom left.
Oh,
Not your character
no,
sheet.
got it.
Yeah.
I had it on actions. I'm like, all I see is add.
Oh,
action.
yeah. It's got to be on skills.
No, I got it. All right. And how many? I'm sorry. How many do I get to add?
3.
3 boons.
All right. And a boon is a D20. Right. So 1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
If you right click and hit, you can roll it with a boon. You can do that twice. It's essentially 4 rolls. It's the same thing. So
Okay. So 4 total D20s is what I'm rolling.
yeah,
I think I did this right.
you did 5, but what's so we'll
2.
ignore the 18. But what's your?
2.
You got a 2, so they're definitely
Yeah.
gonna pass. So yeah, it looks like the rubble. At first, you're like, well, I don't know if it's secure enough, but you do find some that's really solid, and you're able to kind of get in there and tie a nice anchor to your rope. So now you've got that, a rope around you, and then your other rope tied on to make like a harpoon, I guess. Right? Is that the idea? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and if we're gonna pull me, then I think we should go ahead and have Ares maybe switch plays with Kiara or Kira,
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
and they can attack from the rear.
Okay.
And then we have a strong attacker on both sides.
I'm gonna do this since you're ranged.
Yeah.
But she's
I'll
not.
save one.
Because
back
worst
from
case
off here.
scenario, we'll be fighting it from here, and since I have that rope hooked up, I can pull myself back.
Yeah.
So the only concern is if the spear comes out. But there's really nothing more I can do about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have our plan?
I think we do.
Let's hope so.
Okay. So everyone's in position. We have our plan. Crowthu, you're kind of going out, wading out into the water, I'm assuming.
No.
Okay.
I cut my arm
Okay.
Gross.
and I chum the water.
Okay.
I'll take a hit point of damage for that.
That sounds fair. Okay. You're watching. It's quiet. How big of a gash did you make? How much blood are you dropping in here? Just drip, 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 or how much you putting in?
A hit point's worth.
Okay.
I mean, it's
It's about a pint, right?
yeah, about a pint.
Okay.
That's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
I only have
I
what,
just
16 in me or something like that.
cut my throat.
Just slit your throat.
And I don't do it this way. I do it this way to make it count. No.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Dark.
Wow.
Everyone's being
Hey,
dark
man.
today.
I'm gonna do it right.
Fucking
Do it
hell.
right. All right.
That was so funny.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I mean, I mean, blood expands in the water.
Gonna draw it like a
Yeah.
they do on the top of a latte.
Yeah. There you go. A heart with the thing going out.
Okay.
Enough to make us a small pool. You know.
Yeah.
So
Not
as
like
you're
a
watching,
and then say, all right, well, I tried.
it is very hard to see, like down, but you do start to see the water start to ripple ever so slightly.
I have the spear.
A couple bubbles start to
Actually,
come up.
I'm gonna actually brace like I would for a horse charge.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and draw initiative because you're not surprised and it's coming up. So I just want to see what's gonna happen. I'll turn on initiative and then I will shuffle it. Okay. Oh, hold on. I have to add him in first. Give me just a second. I forgot to do that part.
It's
Show.
fine. We can just have us 6 and it doesn't get a turn. It's fine.
Yeah.
Do we
Yeah.
see the initiative order?
I'm starting it now. And then I'm going to shuffle it.
Oh.
Okay, Vaughn is up first.
Where do
Really?
we
That's
see
a surprise.
where do we see this?
Encounter.
In encounter in the
Got
top
it.
right.
Top right.
There's no swap initiative.
There is.
Believe we can swap if we want to, yeah.
There is. But at this moment, you don't see it yet.
Right.
We're just starting it because there's no surprise either way. So we're just going to start it and see what happens. So Vaughn, I mean, you can swap, you can hold, I mean, whatever you want to do.
I'm just Crow. Are you sure this is kind of dangerous? Must be some other way.
There's always another way, but this is the way for now.
I don't like it. I really don't. I'll wait here. I'll stand right here
Okay.
by your side. I take out my my weapon.
Okay. Now there are held actions here, right? In this game. Remind me. I think you can,
okay.
right?
I'm not sure. I think it's just swapping initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could
Can-
swap with the creature too if I wanted
Yeah,
to.
that's what I was going to say. Can you swap with the creature and just let it go ahead and come out?
Okay,
Oh.
that sounds good. I'm just gonna talk and say that and swap with the creature.
Okay.
Okay, let it go first.
Can you
and then
swap
we
me?
react.
I'm coming up here, and then you're now
No,
down
no,
below.
White Death
There it is.
after you.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing.
About which swing?
Swapping with creatures.
Yeah, it is. I was just
It
reading
is.
it.
Yeah.
Is it?
I can't.
Yeah.
They can't. Nobody could refuse the swap either.
I think that's essentially the hold action here.
Okay.
Because what you're essentially doing is just waiting till the creature goes.
Right.
Okay. So, with that, Crotha, you're standing there, you're waiting, and then the bubbles start to form as this thing just pops out. Its mouth is open as it's just comes out of the water dripping off of it. It's gonna attack you because it's there. Because it's basically it doesn't even really see you. It's really just kind of like coming up and just clamping on whatever's there.
And that's when I want to attack. I want to get it in the mouth, like in the throat, the back of the throat.
Well, that will be good. Are you going to try to dodge the attack? Because it's a monster attack, so it's going to hit.
Guess what I can do?
What's that?
Let me pull up my character sheet. I am going to spend I am going to spend 2 willpower points to activate shield block.
Okay.
Activate this ability when pairing with a shield to roll with a boon. Using this ability, you can also parry physical monster attacks, not area effects that normally cannot be parried.
Okay. So you're going to try to parry this.
Yeah, and you get a boon to the roll.
I get a boon to the roll?
I get a...
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't think he even rolls. So parrying.
You combine with defensive, but I don't think I'm using defensive, so that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and roll the attack. and then you can try to parry it because it's using Devour 5. You can probably do this.
What am I rolling to parry?
That's a great question because no one's ever parried before. I think you roll.
Action. Nope.
No one's ever parried. Do you roll with the item that you're parrying with? I believe.
That's what I'm looking at. No.
I thought you rolled the weapon skill. We're learning. This is the first time anyone's ever parried. We all just try to dodge. Like, no one's ever tried this before.
Ever in the history of this game.
Well, ever in the history of our game.
No,
for sure.
Nobody ever in Wolfbane history.
In Wolfbane history has never happened.
Dragonbane history, on the other hand. That's different.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. Let me Google.
That's
Dragonbane.
history, Paul.
I'm pretty sure you use your weapon, whatever you're pairing with.
I think you do too.
Yeah. Nefarious, you might be muted.
Parrying a range attack
okay.
requires a shield.
So this isn't ranged.
People are dying from coughing.
Oh,
Well, don't do that.
Parry. Okay.
that's not recommended.
Yeah, I think I'm rolling my weapon.
I think you do too.
You cannot draw a weapon to parry. It has to be drawn already.
So you got to use your spear.
Right.
You cannot parry unarmed.
Okay.
You roll against your skill with that weapon.
Success. Okay. So with this, it kind of comes up and its jaws are open and it goes to snap down on you. And I guess what you just take your spear and
Stab it right into it. I just
stab
think
into it.
keeps from biting down because I go in at a downward angle into the back of its throat. So when it tries to, or upward angle, so when it tries to close its jaw, it can't.
Okay. So successfully parried. You take no damage then, correct? And
Brilliant.
And then I
it'll be Ophelia's turn then.
Right.
Let's see. Ugh. I don't know if she can get in there. So she'll probably just come over here, grab the rope, and start to try to pull you up too. I would guess. And then run over here. Kyra, you're up.
I'm looking at this thing and seeing that I'm the only one on this side, and it's like, well, one target's going to be easy to take down than a couple of other targets. I'm going to step around behind this wall so it can't see me, so it thinks that it's only you guys that will go that way. And then once it's like up and around and stuff like that, then I can come around and start shooting it from behind. Because I don't need it to see me as a solo target and be like, oh, I tried to eat that bitch before. Get here.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I'm going to stand around here and I'm just going to probably wait.
Okay. So with that, that'll move us to Ares. He's also going to be helping pull. So essentially what that's going to be doing is they're going to be giving you all the help action to pull this thing. And then we'll figure out how that's going to work when we get there. Vaughn, you're up. What do you want to try to do?
I'm going to assist in pulling.
Okay. So Crothu, it's now your turn, but you've used your action for the round. Because, right? Because that still uses your action to do the parry, right?
Yep.
It was an ability, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't a.
But it let you parry something that couldn't be parried. Parrying is still the action for the turn.
Yes.
So
One action per round.
Okay. It's now up. So yeah, let's see what it's got. So it's sitting here. You've stabbed into this thing. It tried this. So it's going to, I think it's going to just try to, let me see something really quick. Something that would make sense.
Oh boy.
I mean, I know I could roll randomly to see its attack, but I want to do something that makes sense.
It is a dumb animal, so.
It is. Okay. I think it would just try to bite you then. So it's like chomping down. It's going to launch
So-
at you, and it's
So
going to. Go
I
ahead.
apologize if I can. I don't know. It's too far. If I would have realized that, I would have just let it attack me. 'Cause
Yeah.
the
So
armor is
whenever you
pretty-
dodge, or
back off on the first.
so it's going to
First shot.
ferociously bite you for 19 damage. Are you still even
Oh my
alive?
god!
That's what I'm saying. I should have just, I would rather just let it hit me the first time because it makes no sense for me. Because if I know that it's me and then it pairing, it's kind of stupid then because it's going to get an attack on me anyway.
The first thing when I googled pairing, it said, "Is pairing even worth it?" That was
Yeah.
the first thing that
Yeah.
came up on Google.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's the thing.
No,
Ian,
it is.
here's what I'll say about this situation. I feel like because storyline reasons, because that stick is in that thing's mouth, I don't think it'd be able to bite. I think maybe that
It'd
should be halved or
Try and
something.
break the
Yeah.
spear or something.
I'll tell you what. Like, can I just forget the parry? Let me take this hit and then take an action.
You want to take the first hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be able to pull it back.
So let's say
But-
I didn't parry. It came out. It's biting me, right? Because we'll just say we're going at the same time.
Okay.
But-
Here's the thing. If that's what you want to do, the first attack was a devour. So
That's
you
fine.
would end
Good.
up inside the beast.
Perfect.
Okay. So take the 19 off.
Well, do I get
Take-
armor or anything like that?
So, well, the first one I'm saying take the 19 off. Don't
gotcha,
take that
gotcha,
damage. Don't
gotcha.
take that damage. The first one dealt 5 damage. So yeah, your armor does reduce that.
Okay, so then I think that takes it all. Equipment. 4 plus 1 is 5. Yes, I have AR total of 5.
Okay. So here's what happens now. So as this thing kind of comes up, it basically comes over and just. So what was your armor rating? Is
5.
it? So you take no damage, essentially. But what it does is it basically just swallows you whole as it grabs you. Now, what that means, though, is that the rope, your spear, and everything is also inside with you,
Correct.
which is what I kind of figured you wanted in the first place.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
kind of why I did the devour attack, and then you parried it. So I was like, okay. Here's the situation that this does. You take the 2d6, but your armor negates that. You can keep attacking while inside. And while you're inside, this thing has no armor rating. Okay?
Nice.
But for each round you spend inside it, you suffer d6 damage on your turn. And armor has no effect on that.
Okay. That's
Okay,
fine.
so now your turn would have come up. I'll roll the d6, and you'll take that much damage.
It came up. Well, no, because it came up. It swallowed me. Now I get to go.
Yeah, on your turn, you take
Almost
d6
time.
Okay, on my turn.
because you're
Sorry.
inside. Oh shit! So you take 6
Okay.
damage while you're inside it.
That's fine.
But you also have the benefit now of you can attack from the inside, and it doesn't get its armor rating benefit.
Right. Okay. And then
And now you're in there, and people can start pulling. So-
And do I, since I'm inside, do I get a boon to my attack roll?
you don't get a boon, but you don't have to deal with its armor,
Okay.
which is
So since I
not
have
a.
the spear in hand, so I'll use the spear. Spear. Here we go. And this is where I'll go ahead and use my witty boon, my pun boon.
Also, make sure you get your points back because you didn't do the parry ability. So make sure you take those willpower points back. Get those, recover those.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh, that'll work.
Again, right?
So what do you want to do with that?
Well, first of all, I need to mark my spear because I get to roll that. So that allows me to refresh my memory. I'm so sorry.
You can double the damage like normal.
Yeah.
That's probably the only thing that's really applicable in this
Okay.
situation, to be honest.
So I roll my damage twice, or just
Yeah.
doubles what I roll. Okay.
Just roll it twice.
Okay. So there is 15
Love
plus 12, 27 points of damage.
Ooh.
27 points of damage.
Love that.
shit. Okay.
Both of them play.
This thing starts screaming, basically.
And then I jump out.
You can't jump out.
I know.
This thing is screaming. I am going to move your token just kind of off to the side here since you're now inside it. But, okay. Now its turn comes up. It's going to continue to kind of like thrash up kind of onto land here. Again, it's just its head at this point. This thing is huge. So the rest of the snake continues to go down in. As it lurches forward, Crothu, inside, you're kind of getting sloshed around. This thing is basically just, at this point, like a fish on a hook. It's just floundering about. So it's essentially going to do crushing blow on these two people right here as it's just kind of thrashing and then just thrashes this way and basically is just throwing all of its weight onto you. So that's going to be...
Ooh, okay, that's fine.
3 damage to both Ophelia and Vaughn. Oh my god.
Thank God.
You know what's so funny is you spent so much time avoiding this fight, and it's probably going to just be like this. It's probably going to be no problem whatsoever.
Because I wasn't here, so there you go.
Well, I've also rolled a 3 and a 5.
Yeah, with that
on the
damage that Crothers did.
Yeah, that was crazy damage. So yeah, Beyonce, you're up now.
Cool. I am also going to help pull. I'm sure I got the tail end here. No pun intended. And then I am also going to sing a little ditty about heave-hoeing, and that'll give everybody here a boon until my next turn.
Okay, so you're the end of the initiative, right? Because he's up next, and then it's going to shuffle. So at this point, all 4 of you are helping pull. So one of you on the next round will have to actually take the action to do it. So we'll go down next, and then I'll shuffle initiative. Crothu, you're up first.
And may I add something so we're all aware of that is that when you're parrying and dodging, you decide to do that after the attack hits, but before damage is rolled.
Right.
Okay.
And that applies when things actually roll to hit. With monsters where they just hit anyway, you basically just pick a few. Yeah. Because monsters are brutal.
Yeah.
Monsters
They
suck.
auto hit. So
yeah. Crothu, what are you doing? Oh, you take D6 damage. Sorry.
No. Yeah. Roll low this time, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
My rolls
I'm not a
suck.
doctor. I'm gonna start bandaging myself inside. No. All right. I pull out my scimitar
Okay,
and I'm gonna put in some work.
go for it.
This is very much Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, too.
Very much, yeah. 7, roll some damage.
Love that.
You're going to kill this thing before it even gets to do anything. Watch, aren't you? 8 damage. Okay.
I mean, there is like 6 of us on this thing right now.
Yeah.
That's true. 8 damage. Okay, as it just starts, those of you up top can hear it starting to just scream. It is getting mad. It is getting very mad. Crothu, that's it. Ares will take the... Ares will try to pull it. So, just for a reference, Crothu, what is your... what's your strength?
18.
18. Not quite as strong, but... Well, that was a 20. Good thing he has a bunch of boons.
Yeah.
9. That'll work. Okay, so with that, I'll say he's still huge. It'll probably take 2 turns to get him there. I'm going to move everybody. As you all working together, pull him to right here.
Excellent.
Okay? One more turn of pulling will get him into that room. Okay.
Would that be able to count, like, if Vaughn tries to pull right now, would that get us in, or...
So, yes. So, here's the thing. Vaughn could try to pull, but all of the help has been used. So now, because he rolled all of those boons, so now it would just be, if each person tried individually, it'd be just one check at a time. Next up is him. So let's see what makes sense here.
He keels over and spits out everything that we need and lets us kill him. That makes total sense.
I don't think that's
what
gonna
team are you on?
No, I want to be inside. I'm ignoring its armor.
So yeah, that's true. The armor ignore thing is great. This thing I think will just start biting people. Yeah, I mean Ophelia's right there. I think it's gonna bite Ophelia.
No. Leave me
Well,
alone.
ferocious bite on Ophelia. 16. Let's see what she's even got. All right, she's gonna have to try to dodge this, I think. As this thing comes down, Ophelia just barely makes it out of the way, throwing herself up against the wall as it snaps. Because it missed her, Vaughn, this thing snaps right in front of your face, and you can just smell all of the putrid breath of generations of this thing not brushing its teeth. I mean, let's be honest. It stinks. So yeah, Vaughn, with that, you are up.
You do have a boon. For anything that you decide to do, if you decide to do anything.
Well, I'm going to keep pulling with my strength, and I get a boon.
Yep, a boon on the strength. Man, if Vaughn manages to yank this thing in there, that's great.
Ha!
No, so...
Oh, you got
So
two
wait,
there.
you rolled
Wait,
3.
it's 3.
So I'm going to take the first 2, which is not...
So,
What did you do? What did you click?
I click strength, and then I just hit another D20.
Okay. Do you have...
I hit two D20, so I hit strength plus 2 D20.
Okay, so I'll
No,
take the
that's probably
first
what
two. First two, which are
Okay.
both 14, so that's going to fail as you're pulling. But and the rope is inside, and as they're doing it, you can feel what they're trying to do, Crowthu, but it's just not strong enough. Vaughn. Kyra, you're up.
Beyonce, do you want to swap? So I'm lost.
Well, you have a boon right now.
Actually,
Would I still have it? I don't think I would.
Can I switch?
Oh wait, no, you
No,
don't.
because your turn already
You've
passed.
already done your turn.
Oh, it did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
In this round.
Or I can swap with Ophelia because I'm trying to get you guys to pull it further in.
No, she already used her action to.
Oh
dodge.
yeah.
I'm
So it's
gonna try to
either,
pull. You know what? Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
I'll swap
switch.
with
I'll try to
Beyonce.
pull because you wouldn't have gotten the boon because you're so far away.
Yeah.
Okay. Beyonce,
So-
give us a pull.
I will do that as soon as I remember how to do it. Okay. And
It's
I
basically
have
strength.
a super low strength. So wow!
Beyonce, troll killer, white death fisher. You wrap your arms around and just pull, and with all of you together, you yank this thing. I'll move you. Move you into
I
this
saw the
room.
love of my life almost get her head bitten off, so I think the mama bear survival instinct, like
It's also the funny thing of you were in water, so you weren't on the ground. You were just like flapping your little tail.
yeah.
They finally pull this thing up, and Kyra, you peeking around the side, you actually see the end of it finally. As they pulled it into the room,
Yay.
you see its tail kind of coming out of the water.
Oh, it's not that big.
I mean, that's still pretty damn long.
Yeah, true.
I mean, that's what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 20,
Yeah,
30.
that's-
It's 30 meters. That's long, right?
Yeah, that's pretty long. 30 meters is a pretty long serpent. Okay, I am going to. No, that's just what it says on my grinder profile. What I'm going to do. What I'm gonna do is I am going to activate my twin shot ability for 3 willpower points. And what it does is I get to roll just once to hit with a bane with my bow, but I get to roll for 2 arrow shots.
Okay. I'm gonna put this here. Just another one to mark where its tail is for you.
Okay. Okay, so I roll once with a bane.
Okay.
Against my bow. Ugh, I'm gonna push it. Fuck it.
Probably should.
I'm gonna push it in the sense that I am quite angry at this thing because it already tried to hit me once before.
That's fair.
So that's gonna be my justification for this. I rolled a 15 again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, I fucking hate this gun. I'm just gonna pull my head back in. I'm gonna try to fire off 2 arrows, and maybe they just hit the rocks instead, and then just kind of pull my head back. I'm just done.
Gonna stay there. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. Then the White Death has one more round, one more action this round. Let's see, what's it gonna do?
Actually, I think I'm in the safest spot.
Probably.
Because I only take damage on my turn, and it's only a D6.
Yeah.
Granted, I take it, but...
Yeah, I mean, the armor doesn't help, but yeah, I think the Devour is a... You were the one that probably should have gotten devoured. Anybody else probably would have been dead.
Yeah.
I still got some tricks.
So I just tried the bite, so I won't do that again. That one doesn't make any sense. Okay, so it'll do that either. It'll try to do another crushing blow, this time at these two over here, so Ares and Vaughn again, just because they're the two that are stacked together, unfortunately. So, crushing blow for you guys, as it just kind of thrashes around, 9 damage as it slams into you, knocking you both into the rocks. Let me see.
I smash into the rocks and I go unconscious at 0 hit points.
What's your
Woo!
HP? Is it right at 9 or?
Right now it's at 5.
Oh God. Okay, so top of the round, I'll shuffle initiative and see what happens. Beyonce, you're up first, and it's next.
Well, I am going to stab it. Yes. I think what I want to do is I want to stab it.
Okay.
So
I need to move just a little closer.
Yeah, obvi. And let's do this. Let's do some swords. I was trying to find it. Okay.
Fingers crossed.
And I'm going to use my boon because I know right now it's at a disadvantage because I clipped the end, I think, right?
Oh, you're right.
So I think I'm using my boon to cancel that out.
Nice.
Ooh,
all right, roll some damage on that.
How do I do that?
Go to actions, and it should have your weapons.
Oh yeah, short sword damage. Haha.
Now that we figured out how to equip them.
All right. 7 damage.
Nice.
Damage. Okay, so let me just check.
Gouge out one of its eyes.
So 7 damage. I mean, the thing's not looking great. I'll tell you that right now. I can tell you that for free. With that, Beyonce, your turn is up. The White Death, after you having come and stabbed it, it just like threw its body into the other two as it looks at you, and it's going to try its ferocious bite and just like reach out and
reach out and eat me.
Gonna grab you for 13 points of damage as it slams against you. Jesus, these things hit so hard. At this point, it's thrashing wildly. Kyra, you're up.
I'm gonna cut my way out. I'm the only one left.
No, Kyra's there.
Do I get any sort of... I'm going to try. Do I get any sort of a boon? Because it's not able to attack me. It's stuck in this one hallway to try and do something, or are we just
You're a
on this thing?
You're a hunter, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Since you're a hunter, what I will tell you... Give me a beast lore.
Companion ability.
Give me a beast lore.
Don't forget, people, you can rally or try to rally yourself, too.
Yeah.
Give you beast lore. Success.
Okay. As you're looking around the corner at this thing,
Mm-hmm.
you're studying it, and you've been tracking things for forever. You are a hunter. You know about beasts. You know about particular weak spots in lots of monsters.
Weak
Spots came out a little bit different than I expected. And you're starting to remember something that you read a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
The weak spot or spot of a sea snake like this is its tail that you can see right now. If you take an attack aimed at it specifically at its tail, you'll have to roll with a bane. If you can inflict at least 1 point of damage, it will have drastic effects on this thing.
Okay.
So you won't have advantage on it, but you do know that you do know about its weak spot that you're right there next to.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and roll normal then, because if I try the twin shot again, then that's like a double bane, and that's not good.
Yeah.
Wouldn't being inside give me the same effect?
Of what?
Its weak spot?
No, its weak spot, its tail. You're in its tummy.
Okay. I start making my way to the tail.
Wouldn't want to go that way.
You don't have to deal with armor, okay? You've got your bonus.
Hey.
Okay.
I didn't design the combat.
This is me
out.
reaching for help with it. I have the ability, because I'm human, I have the ability called adaptive, which allows me to, when I'm making a skill roll, if I can explain to you and justify a better reason to use a different stat. The increase is only an increase of 1.
Okay.
But while I'm using my bow, would I be able to potentially talk about using my sneaking to attack it, because I'm attacking from behind, it doesn't know I'm there?
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna roll for it, okay? I'm gonna treat this like I'll roll it live. We'll just do 50-50. Odd? No. Even? Yes.
Okay.
Here comes a D6.
It's an increase of 1.
Oh,
no. Hey. Oh, good. Alright.
Nice try, though. Nice try. Oh, you can push it. You can push it.
Yeah. I am disheartened at... Actually, I'm going to say I'm scared. I've realized where this backside is, and I am terrified, because if I miss this, who knows whether my friends are still alive.
Fair.
Spoiler alert.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh, wow.
Right side, you get a point.
Yeah,
you get a point.
Right?
Isn't there a table for demons in combat somewhere?
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah.
What page is that on? Do you know, Omega?
How do I desperately hurt myself? Because you're not trapped in here with me. I'm trapped in here with me.
I only have the.
I would have been.
That was melee, right?
No, this is range.
I
only have the adventures open. I didn't have the rules.
49.
Range combat. If you roll a demon when performing a ranged attack, you miss your target and cannot push the roll. You may also suffer an additional mishap. Roll on the table below. 1d6.
Roll 1d6. Let's see what happens.
1d6. A 6. You die. 1.
You drop your weapon at your feet. Picking it up is an action.
Okay.
Oh!
As you shoot it, you've done this a million times. You don't know what happened, but it kind of like hits your hand or something, and it just the arrow
I panicked.
slices through you a little bit, and you panic, and you just
Yeah.
drop it into the water, and it splashes, and you don't immediately see where it went.
Yeah, 6s you would have hit yourself and roll for damage as normal.
Good.
Without the damage.
It
bonus. Without the damage
ricochets off the sea serpent of the wall and just.
bonus. Yeah. Well, no,
Right.
what happens is
Headshot.
when you launch the arrow, the feather goes along your forearm.
Yes, that would
It
be.
slices it open.
Hang on. I just remembered I have armor.
Okay. Yeah, so that would
okay.
reduce
I
it a
might
little
not-
bit.
I have dropped my weapon.
Yeah, check the armor, because that will change this next action.
I mean, unless it's heavy.
Where'd I put it?
Oh, you'd be at 1 or 2. So it's going to be, if you open your character sheet and go to equipment, right at the top it'll say gear, and then on the left under the gear it should say what armor you have.
AR.
I don't think
do-
I put it in.
Let me see. You do have some, because
I know
think-
I have some,
Let me see. Equipment.
but I don't know why
I-
I didn't add it on there.
I am so glad that I'm on this side of the serpents.
Yeah, I want to say it was 2, if I remember correctly,
Yeah. And how much
'Cause-
did you hit me for?
because it was like
8?
studded leather,
13.
right?
Yeah.
It
I
was
mean, it's not going to
13
do much.
damage.
I think I'm still out.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay. Here's the thing. Because Ophelia, I think, in this situation would try to rally you, but they don't give them all the stats.
Just roll d20 and see if it matters.
Yeah. Let's see. If it's low, I'll say it works. Because I think she would try to rally you. 2's gonna be low enough. 2 is definitely gonna be low enough. So Ophelia, she's gonna run over to you.
So
Probably
leather
staying-
armor is 1, studded leather armor is 2, but you get
Okay.
a bane on sneaking rolls. So if you're not taking bane on sneaking rolls, then you're wearing the leather, which is 1.
I think you were, because I think you upgraded it, so I think you got a 2. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
it
think
helped. Okay, so Ophelia's gonna do that, and then
That brings me up
Rally,
to 1
rally.
HP, right?
no.
No.
Oh,
you can
no.
continue to act, and you still have to
Okay.
make death saves, but you're still in
Right.
combat, basically.
Excellent.
She like
cool.
kind of pulls you up. Come on, this isn't over. It's close.
Come on, Troll Slayer. You need another title, another moniker.
right?
The White Death at this point. Let's see. I don't think it's close enough for that to work. You guys have made this interesting the way you split it out. This was smart. You have taken away like half of the abilities. That's why I keep having to use the same 2 over and over, because at least 3 of them aren't applicable in the situation that we've got.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's
That was
been
bad.
helpful.
'Cause it hurts now. Imagine what else it can fucking do.
This is probably dumb, but it's a dumbass beast. So Ares has not had their turn yet. So I will see if Ares can parry this, because as it comes, it goes. It's like leans. It's like thrashing about. It sees Ares still on his feet, and it's gonna just try to grab him. No, I mean Ares. Vaughn's down.
No, dodge, not parry. Dodge.
Yes, he's gonna dodge. Correct. That's what I meant. Let's see. I'm just gonna roll him a d22.
D22. I didn't know you could have one of them.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Oh,
What the fuck? Where are
amazing!
those low numbers?
Amazing!
Fine.
It slams towards him, and he just deftly like steps out of the way as this thing lunges and just ends up with nothing. So with that, Crowthu, you're up. This thing is not having a good day.
Slashing, man, hacking and slashing. I've been working on the serpent.
11. Okay.
Nice.
Lives on through.
Oh wait, sorry. That's not the damage. Okay.
No, 6.
6. Okay. Yeah, you not having to deal with the armor doesn't suck. Let's see what your damage is, though, as the stomach acid continues to eat away at you. Another 6.
Alright.
Okay. Vaughn, I feel like I say this to you all the time, but I need a death saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
You got this, Fawn.
Come on.
Look at that.
Nice.
16.
Mark it
Okay,
on.
Look at
and-
that.
And I'm gonna try and rally with Bane on my will.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
14 and a
Well,
9.
wait.
The target was 15. Yeah, it'll work.
Yeah. I don't know how you're... Yeah, that definitely works. It's rolling weird, but yes.
Well, what I do is I hit will, but it doesn't give me the option for
Right
Bane.
click. Right click.
Right
on
click
the
it.
wheel.
yeah.
Oh, right
Yeah.
click. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you... Let's see. Yeah, right click, and then it'll say roll boon, roll bane. Okay, so yes, you do. Remind me, does that happen at the beginning or the end of your turn? When you rally? Essentially, is that your action for the turn?
Yeah, that'd be my
Yeah.
action. Yeah.
Okay. So Ares already went, so that means we're back to the top of the round. Let's shuffle initiative. Kyra, you're up first, and then Crowthu, then Beyonce, then Vaughn. This thing's not going to make it through this round.
So
I
I have
can
been
already see it.
neglecting. I've been neglecting something. I have my companion with me, yeah?
Yes, it is back.
Okay. So 3
Birdie.
additional willpower, I can command it to attack the enemy, which is a free action for me.
Cool.
Can I command it to attack the weak spot while I'm picking up my bow?
Yes, you can. It's still a bane on the attack, but you can absolutely do that.
Okay, so what would I roll then for my creature? Because it's a free action for me. I'm commanding it to attack. What would I roll for that?
Let's see.
You don't have
What-
its stats. Just roll 2d20 and
What would a bird?
What's its... Hold on. I thought there was a stat for this. I thought I saw it earlier. But now I'm
no,
not
it'd be
seeing it.
it'd be the creature itself.
Yeah.
What is it, a hawk?
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
said it was a hawk.
I'm just trying to find something that's close.
Yeah.
You can find a hawk, a raven, anything like that.
I mean, I
So-
can roll against maybe Beast Law.
Just
But
roll.
if the
I'll-
creature's attacking. Just
I'll
roll
set the
2d20.
DC one. Yeah, I'll set a DC. Just see what happens. Like if it's 218, it's not going to work. Right? So,
Okay, so instead of Beast Law with a Bane, you said?
yeah, just do that.
Fucking Christ.
No,
Sorry.
not
I will say
Uh,
it won't be able to push. So,
I'm just gonna pick up my weapon and start walking home. I'm kidding.
okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Bro-
I'm chilling.
Crowthu.
All right, let's see here.
When does the damage from inside?
Here's the thing.
It
None of
happens
us
right
can-
now. Thanks.
None of us can see you, so once it's dead, you can just walk up to it and stick a couple arrows in the back and be like, "Guys, I was helping."
Literally, no. You say that as a joke, but that's literally what Kyra plans to do at the end.
That's
3
great.
damage, Crowthu. How you doing in there?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I actually believe
All
him.
right, we
I do too.
attack.
You're up.
We attack. We are the yeah,
Oh,
baby.
this is gonna be it. It's definitely gonna
Oh
be it.
my
That's the second
God.
Let
that's
me
the
make my
second-
little mark.
dragon you've had.
Damage number 1 is
6.
Not bad.
Damage number 2, come on, is 7.
7.
So 13 points of damage.
It had 11. How do you do this? What does everyone else see?
So basically, I'm like and I put my scimitar away, and I grab the lance that I was using, and I just take it with all my strength and just shove it straight up through the top of its head.
This thing is thrashing about as you basically start climbing back up through its like neck as it turns around, it rounds on you, Beyonce, and it opens its mouth and it's coming in and it lunges halfway and then kind of like continues its motion off to the side and crashes into the wall as you see the spear just sticking out from inside the top of its head.
That's cool.
it kind of falls over. You see its mouth start to open as Crothu just pushes up, like opens up its jaws and crawls out, stinks, just covered with just like stomach acid and just disgustingness. But the thing lies dead.
By the way, when I was in there, did I happen to see the statue piece?
You weren't looking. You can go back in though. It's dead now.
Well, before I crawl out, I look. Oh, that excellent description.
That was actually a lie.
Okay.
That was
So
the
I come
part that
out-
wasn't
Yeah,
true.
it
I come out, I
was
just look at everybody. I'm like, so you were afraid of this? And then I retrieve my lance.
As the thing just still kind of twitching a little bit in its death throes and eventually stills.
Friend, that thing fully ate you. So yeah, I'm still afraid of it. It's dead and I'm worried.
Well, that was part of the plan.
Pyra's in the back pin cushioning this motherfucker in the tail. Make it look like she did something.
I look over. I'll go over to Vaughn and bandage him.
Okay. That is, let's see, there's a roll for that, right?
Your health heal,
right.
and then you.
I think it's healing, right?
Yeah, we have bandages, so we do not have a bane.
Yeah, I got it on me.
Right.
Also.
Okay. So just straight then.
When you have 0 hit points without
Healing?
bandages, healing roll. All right. I'm
gonna roll one for myself, I suppose.
Okay.
So, did you have anything, Beyonce, that was giving people boons?
Not right now. No, that ended. Okay, good. I used a healing, so I get what? What do I get back?
Right on the money.
No.
Right on the money.
I think you just stabilize, right? Or does it heal you?
Counts as an action. You cannot. Let's see here. You can save.
I'm pretty sure it heals you.
A recovered D6 hit points. You can roll that. You can roll that yourself, Omega.
3, yay!
4, but
4.
may I add something here that we haven't been using page 51. If you've been reduced to 0 hit points but survived, you risk severe injuries that can take a long time. You could even have your skills reduced levels.
Oh.
So you got to
reduce to more than 0.
Yeah, even your movement rate could be reduced if you make a con roll after you've been reduced to 0 and survived. If you fail, you roll on the critical injury table. So
I did forget about that.
Rolling, right?
Let's
I
do
gotta roll my
it.
con.
In my defense, this is the very first time Beyonce has fallen.
That's true.
Well,
I've been falling all the time.
You got
So
the rules.
In my
Here we go.
defense, I'm in 6 different campaigns, and this one's the
bro.
newest one. So
I
don't know.
forgot about it, too.
I don't know.
here
the
we
rules.
go.
So con saves from Vaughn and Beyonce.
You guys got this. Sure.
I fail, so I got to roll the severe injury
Well,
table.
you can push it, right?
I succeeded.
I guess you could push, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think you can push it.
Okay, I'll push.
Ooh, push.
Doesn't say you can't.
Although I do think Vaughn deserves one at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I deserve one for sure. There, I
Oh.
succeeded.
You are the most resilient old dude that has ever walked this planet.
Some of those severe injuries are pretty bad. Movement reduced by 2. Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I've seen some of the severe injuries on The Walking Dead. Free League's not messing around.
No. You can bandage yourself, correct?
Yeah.
Beyonce took care of it.
Of me?
So. Oh, no, sorry. She took care of herself. That was the only other person that was dying. But yeah, you can bandage yourself if you got one.
Yeah. I mean, I only
I
got
think
one.
I think I gotta say exhausted. I'm exhausted with my strength.
So what are my options with a dragon on?
Just
healing
double it.
myself?
Just double it.
All right. Sounds like
What in the
Oh my
world? You've
God.
had 3 tonight.
Hey, I'm making up for lost time.
I guess so. Jesus.
So 2d6. It's all right. There you go. There you go. It always evens itself out.
The universe has balanced once
That's
again.
okay. I'm back up to my usual 3 hit points. I'm good.
Are you at 3? Were you that close?
I was at 1.
Oh, so
See,
if I rolled...
have an orc ability for 3 willpower points. I automatically rally myself.
Oh, right. Okay.
So,
Still, though, that was
that is-
close.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but I was expecting to have to rally myself.
I wasn't sure how close you were in the stomach there, but I knew you had to be. I knew you had to be getting close.
That one, when you rolled 1, that really gave me an extra
turn
of combat. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So, for those of you, I will remind you, the deal you struck was to bring proof that you had slain this thing back to Bothild, and preferably to retrieve her axe, which has been rotting away in this thing's stomach since she was killed.
Yeah, I take a tooth as a trophy.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
Oh, yeah, I had said I stabbed out its eye, so
You
I
did.
have an eye.
Whatever trophies you want. At this point, Ophelia looks at you and say, "Are you good? That was close."
Yeah, I think I'm going to make some sort of necklace out of this thing. I might have to, like, encase it in some sort of, like, amber, but that's going to look real cool. Maybe a ring? Nah, it's too big for that.
I do think it was probably wise to call for backup. That was intense.
Yeah, I don't think we could have done that without you. I appreciate you.
Of course.
Really?
Of course.
I mean, I was inside, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to thank you too. We were talking amongst ourselves. You don't need to be. This is an A and B conversation. See your way out of it.
That was good.
My apologies, Troll Slayer.
That was good.
Every time he says that, there's a little drip of sarcasm.
Yeah, well, I did help kill this thing. It wasn't all you.
I will say, above table, so everyone knows, like, getting it away from the water and no one being near its tail, like, did do a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, having that help pulling him out, because he has, like, 2 tail attacks that are pretty bad, and then he's got one that literally brings you underwater and you start drowning, but he couldn't use that one. So, they did help.
Usually an aquatic creature getting it out of the water is a good thing.
Yeah, that's why I just had to cycle through the two attacks that I could, because the others made no sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are y'all doing now?
Guys. Good job.
Yeah, good job.
After we finish cutting it open, that's all that's in there is the axe. We find the axe.
We need an axe in its head. Just like
Kara.
pulling out.
Kara, you should go talk to that being.
Make sure we got the proof first. We need the axe head.
I don't think we need the whole head. I think the axe plus a couple body parts might be enough.
So you will know that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no offense. I know not much about your race, but from what I understand, ducks are good swimmers and can hold their breath. Maybe you want to see if you can find this thing's lair.
Yeah, I mean, I could take a look underneath, I think. I do have a boon to swimming automatically, but I could take a quick little meander underneath, see if there's, because I know they're all connected because he was coming in and out of them.
Yeah, they are all connected.
So worst case scenario, if I feel like I need to pop up, I have plenty of spaces to pop up.
Okay, so Picanza, you're going diving. Who's looking for? And by the way, you would know the axe is enough proof for her. She doesn't need the axe plus other shit. Like if you can get her axe, that will be proof for her that you slayed the thing because it's in its stomach.
All right, I'm gonna start hacking at it from behind and chopping pieces off to put into my bag to cook up later.
Okay, easy enough to do. And given enough time, you will find the axe as you make it to the stomach, open it up. The axe is magically enchanted, so it hasn't corroded or anything after all this time. It's a nice little axe, Bothild's broad axe. If you're curious, it has a strength requirement of 10 and a durability of 12, and you see that it's adorned with runes that kind of recount its owner's exploits if you happen to be able to read the Dwarvish language. So, Beyonce,
Yeah.
you're gonna go diving, huh? Okay.
Yeah. I think I'll pop in where he popped out.
Okay.
Wait,
I need a swimming check from you
Yeah.
first.
Also, I'm gonna before I walk away, I'm gonna turn to Ophelia and be like, "Hold my eye, will you, dear?"
Of course. Sure.
Yeah.
It's like gooey and gross. At the same time, you see Ares doing the same thing. He looks at it and he's like, It's the same thing he was doing to the deer.
Eyeball. Yeah. I will do it. Give me a swimming check. I will.
I
roll
will
with the
do
bit.
this.
I think I'm in the same spot I was the last time I fought. 3 hit points.
Oh
Slump
man,
You were-
I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. I just stabbed a thing and then almost died. So
Malin.
That's fair. That's fair.
it won't let me push. I'm gonna just do it from here.
Does this alchemy automatically keep track if you just hit roll when you're exhausted or whatever? It will give you a bane automatically.
On the bottom
think,
right, you can like click which one is.
That one is a success.
roll a test
Okay.
roll and
Oh,
see.
thank God.
Success. Okay. When you get down here, it is much deeper than you thought. Like, well, I mean, you had an idea, but just seeing it, when you get down, it's very, very dark. So I will also need one more perception check, or no, awareness check with a boon.
Bane.
That's the one.
Yeah.
The one that's not good. The Bane, that's right.
Yeah,
Batman
boon. It's
villain.
not that one's totally the wrong one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I failed.
Do you want to push that?
Nah.
It's just so deep and so dark, and you don't have a light source that, I mean, you can keep swimming around down here, but what you will see is that it's more stone hallways, and you can see that the dwarves, or you can more feel really on like with your hand along the walls, these nice, what was once probably really ornate, beautiful dwarven craftsmanship. But it's just, it also seems like it could be a maze down here.
Yeah.
Not like one big room, but they're wide enough for this thing to kind of swim around through. But it's taking some time. You could map it out, but you're gonna need to. It's gonna take days.
Yeah,
if you want to try and do that.
Wouldn't necessarily be worth it, but we do know somebody who used to know exactly what this layout looks like.
That's true. You do.
I guess I'll maybe pop up and go to Kyra before she walks away, or even like pop up as she's walking like over here and be like, hey, could you maybe see if you could also get maybe a layout? It's a lot down there. The water is dark and full of terrors.
Sure.
Could you imagine the amount of possible items that could be found in its lair?
You're not even over here.
Well, eventually I'm like, hey, what'd you find?
It's not even just that. This was once a dwarven kingdom.
Yeah.
There's got to be something down there.
Yeah, and then I'll walk back and be like, listen, I don't have a waterproof light source, and it's way too dark and a lot bigger than we thought. So I think I asked Kyra to see if she can't get maybe a basic layout from a ghost lady who literally built the building, and we can't see if we can maybe find something there. But yeah, it was way too deep and dark for me to be able to see anything.
Van, you are a learned man, correct?
That's the bond.
I like the hesitation. He's like, I don't know.
Am I a learned man?
Should I say yes to this?
I think he got hurt more than we realized.
Yeah. He actually just died of old age waiting for us to figure out what we were doing.
Well, I might have rolled 20 on the severe injuries, which is amnesia for D6 days.
Wow.
Oh,
But not, I missed. Did you say something to me? I missed it totally.
Yes. You are a learned man, are you not?
For sure. There's not too many people in this side of the world.
Do you think you could create some sort of device that would allow us to maybe put a tube in the water in one place and a tube outside somewhere else, and the mechanism would suck the water out to allow us to drain this place over time?
Oh, sure.
Or build multiple mechanisms, because there's a lot of entries, and unflood this place.
A siphon you were talking about, but like
Hmm.
I'm very wise in theoretical knowledge, not practical. I'm not a
This is theoretical.
engineer.
I don't know.
Yes,
Like
that would be a siphoning.
Or
that would be siphoning. Yes, as long as the exhaust is lower than the input, you apply a slight suction pressure, it should siphon. No problem.
Maybe I look at Beyonce. Maybe you can ask your headless friend that is this place just flooded, or is there a continuous water source flooding this area?
Well, it's not my friend; it's Kyra's friend. But
and I think we also know that it is just completely flooded from bottom to top.
Right.
Because I think both had mentioned that before.
But is it coming from a water source, or was it a one-time thing where it flooded?
Right. Because if it's a source and we can block it, then we can unflood this place. If it's not a continuous thing, then we don't even have to do that. It's just a matter of unflooding the place.
What is my missing legends? Would I be able to roll a missing levers to remember that? Because I'm pretty sure it was mentioned that it was just completely flooded down there.
So she did tell you it was completely flooded. Now, you don't know. I'm not going to let you roll for it just because she hasn't told you, and you wouldn't know otherwise.
Wouldn't know.
You don't know, like, the source of the water, if there's, like, still some, I mean, you can ask, but I just don't think you'd have that information right now.
The thing is, if there was, sorry not to cut you off, just if there was a continuous source, you think it would continue to flood, unless it
hit the
right, unless
like
the other
toilet, right?
Has the pressure to push it out.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hack at its tail enough, or go to the front, whatever. Grab the broadaxe. Maybe just make my own little entrance and swim through this thing.
Are you going back to where you saw her originally?
Yes. I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna hold the axe. What is my strength? Oh, I've got enough strength. I'm holding it up.
Yeah, I think you can hold it. You just can't wield it.
I've got a strength of 13. So.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm just gonna hold it up on my shoulder a little bit.
You hold it up on your shoulder, and it starts to get just a little warm. Not hot, doesn't hurt, but as you glance over, you see the runes are starting to light up. And as that happens, you hear, before you see anything, "My God, you actually did it," as Bothild just appears again, floating where she was before, over that giant pit of water.
Yeah.
You actually killed it.
We killed it. Had a little help, but I promised you it would die.
Well, hand it over.
A deal's a deal now, remember.
I do.
We don't want to desecrate your resting place. We just need the peace. And she's gonna hold the axe over. I'm gonna look down into the thing, I'm like, there's no floor here. Do I just drop it in, or do I just how do we do this?
Do I kill the axe and then you get the ghost of the axe?
Dropping it would be unwise.
Yeah, I didn't think so, because I can't see a bottom. But
how's this?
do I just hand it to you? Do I put it in
We'll
your...
do an exchange. I'll tell you where the piece is, and in its place you leave my axe.
The piece was in your resting place, but yeah, no, that sounds fair.
Yes? The piece lies with my body.
Right.
It's okay. It was her body, her choice, and she gave you permission. So
And where is her body? Her body lies over the ocean.
There's a door that the orcs have been desperately trying to get in for quite some time. I
Yeah.
can tell you how to get past it. Inside is where I rest. My sarcophagus is there, and with me, the statue piece that you seek.
Right.
Now, our agreement, I assume, ends there at this exchange, yes?
Yes.
Her eyes narrow just a little bit. You don't plan on plundering the rest of our dwarven heritage, yes?
Oop.
No. Has someone said something about that? Because Kyra's not been around you guys at all, so she has no idea of the conversation being happening.
And she's not necessarily referencing that either.
Yeah.
That's what
So, like,
everyone
no,
wants when they come here.
we can't... I mean, I would assume that if you, like, in a few thousand years, if they had the technology to be able to go underwater for an extended period of time, but nobody can really do that. I don't even think Beyonce can do that. And she's a mallard. You'd still need to be able to see down there, and we don't have a light source that would light up, so...
This also applies to anything I am wearing in my tomb.
Oh, that's fine. I'm happy to just go in by myself if that would make you feel better.
Give me a persuasion check.
Why is it always persuasion?
Because you're talking to a lot of people.
20! 7 still fails. I'm not even bothering to push it. I'm just
Her
like,
eyes just narrow at you. Do what you will. Just know I'll be watching. From here, head east along the southern passage. You'll come to the antechamber. Beyond that is the door that leads to my resting place. You will need to be able to open the door. There's a writing around the door. It reads, Honor, Wealth, Mother. You probably can't read it. It's written in Dwarvish, but around the room there is also portraits, an axe, a silver apple, and myself. These portraits are actually pressure plates that you can push. You have to push them in a very particular order.
okay.
You have to, as you push them, say each word associated with them.
Oh, boy.
Honor goes with the axe. Wealth, the silver apple, and Mother, the picture of myself. Speak them aloud as you push the pressure plates, and the door will open.
Okay, so, to the party above table.
You don't have to remember that.
I have
don't have to
88
remember
I've already forgotten.
Yeah.
You have the solution now.
Immediately out of my mind.
You don't have to remember it. You will be able to do it when you get there.
As soon as you finish the sentence, I was like, I've already forgotten.
Can't even
Like,
tell
wait.
us what the order was to remember for him.
What?
I'm about to walk into your room like, where the fuck is this door?
Yeah, you're gonna go back and be like, I don't even remember where she told me the antechamber was, so
No,
we're in
we
trouble.
do know from the past where the door is, because when we were trying to lead the serpent, we saw that there was the orcs in this chamber. over here.
Yes.
So we do know where the... Okay, cool. So glad that we now know how to open it, because Michael doesn't. Alright,
Yeah,
cool.
and the one room on the map you haven't been to, surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
That's the antechamber.
Wow,
No,
really?
that's the resting place with the sarcophagus.
Never would have guessed.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I forgot to block out that one room.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna commit that to memory. And yeah, I'm just going to agree. I'm going to take her words of like not taking anything or anything like that seriously, and fulfill my duty of I was the one that started this. I'll be the one to finish it. So what I'm gonna do is after we've had the conversation, I'm not really gonna ask about the underneath. One, because I wasn't there when we talked about getting a map, but also two, Kyra's an honorable woman when doing deals. So Kyra's gonna walk around and make her way over to this room here, because there's a little break here.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is, I don't know if Beyonce has like come out or whatever like that.
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay. I'm probably gonna call out if I can hear a splashing or like a little sound of you fluttering along the water or like skimming across the water.
And there is a small break there you can see, so the voice does carry. It echoes a little bit, but if you call out from the antechamber, they can hear you quite easily.
I'm gonna call out and say, I've completed a deal with Bothild. I'm going to place her axe back in their resting place and grab the piece. Let's just cut up this sea serpent as much as we can. It could probably feed hundreds for days.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do what I was told.
You're gonna do the exact thing that I read?
In the correct way.
All right.
Saying the words.
I'll say that you did it. No problem.
Yay!
I don't know. I think you should make him roll a intelligence check to see if you're
roll a memory check.
But you have to use your stats, so you have to get a 1. You got to roll under a 2. I'm just
roll that for you.
So, as you push the last pressure plate, the door kind of it makes like a clicking noise and starts opening itself, and you're immediately hit with this horrible odor. As the room opens up, it smells like of damp algae and emptiness, if that makes sense. You know, like a house that's just sat for so long and no one's been there. As the doors continue to open, you see the sarcophagus is standing upright in the far corner of the room. It's behind an altar of white stone inscribed with like these half-finished runes. It looks like they were preparing this when all hell broke loose and not everything got like finished.
Yeah.
The dwarf woman from the door, who you also recognize now that you've met Bothild, is like decoratively carved into the lid of the sarcophagus. The floor in here is made up of a bunch of different stylized tiles. Some have mouths, some have eyes, some have hands, and some have feet. And there's masonry tools just littered everywhere.
Kyra is, for just a split second, thinking to herself, should I ask if she wants me to clean up? Anyway, she's going to walk over to the sarcophagus, and she's going to look at it. And it's the dwarven outline of the person, as you said. She's gonna look at it and she's gonna be like, "Fuck! Does she want the axe like just on the thing? Well, I mean, once it closes, nobody else is gonna know how to get in." I'm just gonna like, no, but then the piece is on the inside.
Okay. Before you do that, as you're walking over, your foot, since you just walked over, your foot actually steps on one of the mouth tiles, and you can hear this. You look around. The room is like on the sides also has more just like portraits of Bothild.
Yeah.
But as you're looking, you can see now little darts start flying out of the eyes and the mouth. I'll need a like a dodge roll if you want to try to get out of this, but you did trigger a trap she didn't tell you about.
Yeah.
You have to walk on the
Hunt.
feet.
Can I argue to use acrobatics to dodge out of the way instead of evasion?
Yes, that one I will definitely buy.
Cool, because that is the difference of a 5 and a 14.
Yeah, I'll buy that one for sure.
Thank God.
It's
Still
two.
fuck it up.
You could have won either way. There you go.
The hell is I ain't testing a 5
As you
if I don't have to.
dance around, and they kind of just, and then you do hear just like this disembodied. I've waited forever to see if those work.
Yep, and now that they work, and you know that for a fact, they are now not going to be able to restock themselves. Hopefully they self-restock. Do I need to open up your sarcophagus and put it on you to get the piece, or do I just put it on the top and it opens? How do I do this?
Take the piece, put the axe where it was. If you don't see the piece, you're not there yet.
Kyra's gonna...
She's kind of picked up some of her...
Like...
She's kind of picked up a little bit of her... Because if you remember in the beginning, she was a little bit more mischievous. She seems to be in a really good mood right now, actually. And she almost feels like she's toying with you a little bit, or really having fun watching you do this.
Kyra's gonna be like, oh, right, yeah, that makes sense. And she's going to carefully push open the chest, the sarcophagus, and get ready. If anything even tricks or hears, she's going to try and acrobatics roll backwards again.
So I will give you a spot hidden roll on this.
Oh, this one's not too bad. Never mind.
You said that, and then you cursed
Okay.
yourself.
I am going to exhausted from having to dodge all of the other stuff.
Fair enough.
Okay. That's better.
Right before you touch it, you notice that this sarcophagus is actually, you look and notice at the bottom, the base seems to be movable. And you'll notice that if you touch it at all, it looks like it will tilt back, on its side, and something's probably going to pop up from below. Now that you know that, you can get around it. You can kind of come around as you pull the sarcophagus back, because it was standing up, and lay it down from the back. 8 spears shoot out from the front, like right where you would have been standing if you'd approached it from the front. And you hear again this voice, "You're no fun." Oh, well.
I didn't hear you properly at first. I thought you said that the base of the sarcophagus was movable, so you just like moved out of the way and the whole thing just drops out the bottom.
Oh, no.
Sorry,
yeah. So basically, yeah. It's like on,
cool.
like a little...
Homie's gonna drop into a snake pit or something. That's what I thought.
With the spot hidden, seeing it coming, would I be able to like make it look like I didn't know what I was doing, but be able to dodge out of the way without having to dodge to like still like make her think that she's playing? Because like I feel like Kyra would be in on it from the first one.
Okay, with that, I won't even make you roll for it, because yes, you can absolutely
the woman
do that.
has been lonely for thousands of years. She deserves a little bit of socialization.
Right.
She does. As you do that, you hear the voice again instead say, "So close. It is nice to know those traps work, though."
Yeah, you know what? That one nearly got me. Jesus.
I promise that's the last one.
Liar.
Kyra thinks to herself, I don't believe her. But she is going to now, again, carefully open up the sarcophagus now that it's laying down to slip in and swap out.
It is easily opened. As you open it, you see her like mummified body just kind of like lying there, but it's, it still has like the neck kind of off to the side, but in its grasp, it's holding, clutched to its chest, the
piece.
The piece. Now,
Okay.
also, hold on a second.
I can tell you ahead of time, Kyra does not care about anything else in this
Okay.
room. She just wants to piece
I
and
won't
go.
even roll it. I won't even roll.
She
to
isn't.
show you
She
what's
isn't
in
the
there.
original Lauren. She isn't the
Okay.
original Lauren. Lauren would have absolutely have taken something.
I was just going to tempt you, but if you
probably more
wouldn't be
damage,
tempted-
actually.
So what are you doing?
Yeah. She is not even going to bother about anything. She made a deal. She's going to continue with her deal. She is going to first place the axe in the coffin in her grip, and then take the piece out, because she's making sure that Bothild notices that I put the axe in first before
Okay.
taking the piece out. Not trying to take that and then run with both.
As
Should
you
also
do
probably be
that,
inside this room.
you would be, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you close the sarcophagus lid after that?
Yes.
Okay. You close the lid and turn to leave, and the lid flies open again.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Bothild, actually, appears before you, kind of just blocking your exit. Not really blocking it, she's a ghost, but
Mm-hmm.
you kept your word. You didn't
Cool.
take a single thing.
Touch nothing but the lamp.
There wasn't any need to do so. I mean, respectfully, we made a deal, and I make sure that my deals are completed to the end. If I said I wasn't going to take anything, I wasn't going to. I can't speak for everybody, but I make sure I do what I'm told.
I'll be honest.
Girl, I am.
I could have worded that better.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised. I kind of assumed you would just take whatever, which is why I didn't tell you about the traps and why I've been waiting here to rip your throat out.
Oh,
But
no.
it wasn't just bullshit what you fed me. Take it. It's yours. I dare
Thank you.
say you've earned it.
Da-na-na-na.
So I'm going to roll. She is offering you, because you chose not to take it, the treasure that's in the sarcophagus. So I'm going to just roll the table and we'll see what we got. 3d6 times 10 silver coins. Let me roll this.
Excellent.
So apparently, healing is only used to bring people back up. You can't just bandage yourself to get hit points.
Oh, you have to be down. So that would be 80 silver coins.
Wow.
A healing roll a healing roll can reveal the contents, so we'll deal with that. You found a bottle of some kind of liquid in there. I love this
Okay.
treasure table.
I need a healing potion. That would go great.
Roll a d6. Let's roll that.
Like a D6.
6.
Marbles.
So you're going to get marbles, okay? And then
Oh my
one
god,
more
yes, I lost those ages ago.
silver
Yeah.
bracelet. And you can see, yeah, she had a silver bracelet she was wearing. 2d6 times 10.
And the axe, of course.
Oh,
I don't think we're getting the axe, no.
that
60
was
silver
not.
coins.
That's not part of the deal.
60.
I mean,
if you try to
you're taking
take it,
the plate bracelet off of her wrist, I mean,
if you try to take the
What?
axe, it will trigger some more RP. That's up to you.
Okay, what Kyra is going to do is she's going to be smart about it. And what she's going to do is she is going to thank you for the offer of everything you're giving me. It wasn't part of the deal. But if I may, I will accept the silver bracelet, and I will wear it on me to make sure to remember that of what has happened here in the Dwarven Kingdom, and make sure to tell the story of what has happened to you and your people. It may not be much just coming from me, but hopefully if I can get the story to spread far enough, there shouldn't be anybody else to plunder the depths.
Maybe I'll get my famous friend to write a song about it.
I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that.
That's the deal.
Huh. I can honestly say I've never met a human quite like you.
Fucking same, bro. Anyway,
Well, I'm a dwarf.
not out loud in game, obviously.
The legend lives on from the dwarven mines down.
Oh, you got to write this now. You just committed. You just committed yourself.
What is it?
She just kind of looks you up and down. Her head tilts to the side and then tilts a little bit more than it should because, it's not really connected.
I forget sometimes and goes, oh, wait, yeah, that's right, sorry.
Take care, Kyra. Take care. As she just kind of vanishes.
While she's holding onto the bracelet, Kyra is just going to very slowly and gently slide it onto her left. Yeah, she's going to hold it in her left arm because she holds the bow like that, so the string will go across the brace.
Okay.
So she's going to place it on and just say, rest easy, Bothild. And she is going to start making her way to this room. Probably climbing around or just going through the new entrance out the mouth. I don't know how I decided to do it.
We've pulled it in by now, and
yeah.
Out of curiosity, so was it Maladuke that said it had the other piece, or it had a piece?
No, Maladuke has the other piece.
Maladuke has the other piece, yeah.
Right,
I have said
there
it.
were two pieces in here.
I said that it was inside the thing as a kind of try to get Ares and Althelia on our side.
So that was a lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd said
there
that
never was a second.
No, there is not necessarily.
There is but we don't have it, and we aren't going to find it.
Yeah. So
but
there's
we know
a second
where
piece
the other
here
piece is.
because Maladuke has it because it's the piece that Vaughn gave that goblin in the very beginning.
Right. I guess what I'm saying, it doesn't. We're not getting a total of 3 pieces out of this, which is what watching the episodes what it sounded like. Maladuke had 1, and then there were 2 in here, which would have been 3.
You will have 3 by the end as long as you don't piss off Maladuke here in the next little bit because you have 1 from Murder Mound. You found 1, and then Maladuke has agreed to give you 1 if everything checks out after she watches you for a bit.
Okay, gotcha.
So
gotcha.
that's the deal. She will be giving you a 3rd one as long as she doesn't see reason not to, because you kind of already negotiated that in the last episode.
If we believe her.
If you believe her, exactly.
If we believe her.
So.
Actually, I can play off of that. I play off that killer. Put it in the wrong chat. Playing off leaving Bothild's room. I just hear "Mother" by Megan Trainor as I'm leaving.
I am your mother.
Kara, what happened?
Okay. The long story short is we have concluded the deal. We have the piece that we have been looking for that was in her resting place. There wasn't anything in there. It was just her coffin and that of which they leave with royalty in death. But it has since been closed, and I don't think it will open again. She offered me a bracelet, and I accepted, of course, to remember what has happened here, and to tell stories to make sure that nobody plunders. That was one of her big deals, to grab the piece. So I believe once we've cut up enough of the serpents and we can take as much home, I believe we are finally done here.
What would have happened if you would have pillaged the room?
Well, the long story short, death to everybody in this place likely would have flooded it, or done something. I don't know, there are probably traps in here that have waterlogged. The short story is also death. We would not have made it out here alive. The 6 of us.
we used to have a member of our party called Lero. If that would have been him, we'd all be dead by now, I would think.
Yep.
He would have
Absolutely.
grabbed everything. Good thing you were wise in your decision, Kyra.
In game, that was a test of your character. Out of game, it was a test of Psychic's restraint.
So the same.
No, I'm a
test is
different
what I'm hearing.
character. Yeah, I'm a different character. I play it differently. Any other character I'm playing, absolutely. You know, if I want this one, I want that one, I want some of that.
So,
That's a good trap. That was a good trap. Most people would try to grab everything, and then you got to fight the ghost, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. That was my idea. And when he was like,
Especially
"Don't
yeah.
even roll it," I'm like, "Whoa, he's passing without even me setting the bait."
You know, Kyra would not have even thought about taking anything out. She's like, I made a deal. We're getting what we need out of here. Everything else is already underwater and hard enough to explore without needing to do anything. She's ready to go. She opens her bag of holding and just pulls a serpent. No, I'm kidding.
You hear some like scratching noises, like something's coming down the external path from this room. As Ophelia and Ares both kind of ready, Maladuke does step out of this this hallway that you know that it leads out. It's like another entrance into it. It's how they were coming in. Well, that was some mighty fine work. At this point, Ophelia like pushes you kind of aside, Vaughn, and steps forward, and Ares also kind of steps forward, just growling. What are y'all doing?
I'm gonna loose an arrow into the ground in front of Ophelia and Ares.
Okay. As they start to advance, the arrow like catches them off guard as they both kind of stop.
I walk straight up to Maladuke, put my hand out, the piece.
It's good to see you're feeling better. She'll shake your hand.
I'll shake it.
So,
Now the piece.
Oh, I thought you meant peace.
Yes, that too. As long as we get the peace, there will be peace. But without a peace, there is no peace.
You see why I don't get along with this one. He's rather brutish.
I was going to say.
What you call brutish, I call blunt and to the point. Time is wasted when time shouldn't be. The deal was completed.
She lets go of your hand and pushes past you.
I don't let her get by.
You're gonna start a fight with Maladuke right here? What are the rest of you doing? She's not.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. Above table, if you want to start a fight with Maladuke, I'm more than happy for you to die in the campaign and leave. Like, I ain't dealing with that shit. I'm not. We have not just done all this work for all of us to get slaughtered by another one. I'm not dealing with that.
Points left. I am.
As you put your hand out, she kind of looks down.
I don't put it out to touch her. I just step to the side. We had
what
a deal.
I'm gonna do
it's been
is
done. Give us the peace. You be on your way.
The deal's not quite satisfied yet. She kind of glances back at your two compatriots.
Kyra is
I look at
looking.
them. So what's left?
Can they be trusted?
Them?
I've been watching. You seem to work together. But I also happen to notice that they don't know about our little arrangement yet. And I need to make sure I'm not setting myself up to walk my people into more of a trap. Let me see something.
We've given you our word.
Kyra is going to speak up above everybody in the room. And just... The reason why they were not told is because they are native to outskirts, which means they already have their prejudices towards your people and yourself. If anybody is going to lay a finger on anybody in this room, I will let off enough arrows to down you immediately, like I did to the troll back at the cemetery. We are here in a partnership and a deal to get the pieces, to make sure that everything is okay. While we may not go about it the same way, we all want the same outcome. And I'm going to look directly at Ophelia and Ares. And I'm just going to say, if push comes to shove, the end goal is that it is all sorted. You will know now why we aren't going to mention this part. And I'm going to look at Ophelia. I'm going to say, Beyonce didn't quite know about this one. This was a solo deal. To try and give her a little bit more, like, I'm basically trying to be the villain. Like, I'm trying to be the bad guy of this group
trying to
get
save
sorted.
Okay.
Trying to save face. So that's what I'm basically trying to do.
With that, I just look Malduke straight in the eye and I just say, those two aren't a problem for you whatsoever. A deal was made. A deal shall be kept. That's not coming from the humans. That's coming from me.
Yes, you, who wear their human garb.
No. I wear my garb.
If you think to intimidate me, you will be sorely mistaken.
I was not How is that intimidating? I just said that I'll make sure the deal is upheld. Intimidation would be more to the fact of give me the piece or I'll slit your throat.
Beyonce,
saying.
Would you come here for a moment?
Oh, why, sure. I kind of look unsure.
I also need I will let you choose which with your little ability. Yeah, yours. How you're trying to convince them, because here's essentially the deal that Maladuke's striking without so many words, because she hasn't really been able to speak, but she needs to know they're on her, that they're okay with this deal, or that they're not part of it. So you're basically trying to convince them to go along with it. So you gave a pretty rousing speech. I'll give you a boon on it. And which you argue me which skill you'd like to use for convincing these two.
I know for a fact that Ophelia is, as we've already mentioned a few times between Vaughn, a lone woman. And I also know that Ares is an extremely strong and capable fighter. So I'm going to use my bow skill to intimidate, to knock an arrow as I'm saying it.
Go for it. You can have a boon on that.
And to explain the boon if we want to, they know I'm a hunter, so they know I'm a good shot.
Oh, they definitely. Well,
because I totally shot the serpent. By the way, yeah, that was all me, guys.
Well, you did just shoot an arrow in front of them too.
Yeah. And if I have to push it, I will. I do not have to push it.
One more thing, then. As Maladuke calls for Beyonce, Ophelia looks to you. What is happening?
Yeah, so I'm gonna pass by her.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just grab her hand and be like, I'm not sure, but I know. And I look her dead in the eye because this is 100% true. This is all gonna be okay and it's gonna work out for us.
Okay. No roll required on that.
Look into my eyes. And then I walk over to Maladuke.
As you walk over to Maladuke,
one in.
She kind of Maladuke is just staring you down, Crothu. And as you walk up, Beyonce, she just reaches into her bag, pulls out the piece, and hands it to you. She's your fan.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right.
She hands it to you. Now she glances towards the others. I'm not what you've heard about me. We're on the same side here. It's nice to see you listen to reason for those that you trust. I hope to be counted among those someday. She looks back to you, Beyonce. I have information on where the last piece might be. Ophelia speaks up at this point. I've heard rumors as well, but I can't justify them. Maladuke kind of looks over in her direction. Where did you hear? So, Ophelia tells you, I've heard some rumors that there may be a piece at the Tower of Sighs. And that's Sighs, Sighs. We've seen some unusual activity around that area recently. We did see, she hesitates for a second, some orcish activity which led us to believe that potentially you were after that piece as well. And Maladuke kind of goes, we'd heard that. We didn't really have a chance to really look through it, but we got more pressing information that hints that it's at the Temple of the Purple Flame, an old abandoned cultist temple. We've seen some bad things going on there. Ophelia, I'm aware of that one as well. I'm sorry, Bikansei, are you sure? Are you sure we can trust her?
I think if we couldn't trust her, she wouldn't have given us this gift, and we would have already been dead. Those wargs, I think, if I am correct, might have been, might be part of your maybe some of your friends.
The wargs are ours, yes.
Yeah.
In fact, I can't really raise them all if anyone's looking for a warg pop. I'm finding myself short-staffed recently.
Oh, Ophelia, can we get a dog together? And already, that's right. We're U-Haul lesbians.
A permanent companion. I want a permanent companion.
Ooh, that's
If you want, they're offering you a warg pup.
I got the doggy.
There were many a time when the four of us could have been gotten rid of, and we weren't. So I think that the time has come to maybe allow them a little bit of grace.
If you say so, I trust you. And if I trust you, I'll need to trust her as well. Maladuke just kind of smirks. Wow.
And hey, if it turns out we can't, then then we can make a date of slaughtering her together. And I just turn and wink at Maladuke. Like,
We want the same thing. No one wants to see Sathmog back in this world. Perhaps when all this is done, we can reevaluate the orc's place in your society.
Sorry.
Until then, she kind of turns to leave. She stops right as she's passing you, Crow, through. Oh, he's gone. So I'll wait till he gets back. Okay. As she's passing you, she just kind of looks at you. You're brave. I like that. You should learn to pick your battles, though. You're no match for me.
So should you, because the humans will never accept us.
These ones did.
Only out of necessity for things that they want.
I choose to believe a better world is possible. These were once our lands, as you know. I'm not giving them up so easily. And I'm tired of the bloodshed. Aren't you?
Very much so. I, for my reasons, have lived amongst them, which is why I can speak. What most likely is going to be the outcome. War is going to be war. Yes, people will work together because of stopping the ultimate evil, but once that's done, they'll just go back to how it was.
Yes, the Battle of Azeroth expansion. I remember that one.
Well written.
She kind of just looks you up and down. I take your counsel into consideration. She turns back to the room. I'll leave the finding of the pieces to you now. But if you need me, when the final battle comes, send word.
We sure will.
At this point, she looks to Vaughn. Find a goblin friend. They'll know what to do.
Maybe he shouldn't be the one to find the goblin friend.
With that, she turns and starts making her way out of the tunnel. And as soon as that happens, Ophelia goes, okay, I'm trusting you all, but are we really to believe that Maladuke is trying to stop the demon summoning and not bring it into fruition?
She gave us the piece, didn't she?
Yeah, but the thing with that is, it's better for us to risk our lives and get it. As she so said, her forces are on the thin side now. So she can take the time to rebuild those, and then when we collect all 4 pieces, ambush us. Or, can I make I'm sorry, I know this is, never mind, I didn't ask at the time. Yeah, I'm thinking back on how she was talking and everything. Is there an insight check? No, that's an actual thing, right?
Yeah, it's like a feat or something. We keep running into that.
I have the insight, but I wasn't really the one.
Yeah, you do have something like that.
So, you know what? And then he just doesn't say anything else after that.
Okay. Well, looks like we have 2 paths ahead of us. Well, Ares and I will need to be getting back. There's some activity happening back in Outskirt. Things are getting a little rough there. I don't know if it's cultist activity yet or not. I do know that gang that ran around with that duck. Fucking duck. Sorry. She looks at you, Beyonce, and just kind of apologizes for the slight derogatory term.
Slur. That is a slur.
But it looks like
I'll let it go this time.
We have conflicting pieces of information. I have heard both of the rumors that both I and Maladuke believe, but I can't say with 100% certainty which one holds the last piece. The Temple of the Purple Flame, as she suggested, is a target, but I believe it might be the Tower of Sighs. I can point you in each direction. And where you go from there will have to be up to you.
We get to the top of the Tower of Sighs and it's not there. I'm just...
And with that, I'm going to end it there because you do have a big decision to make. So there's a path. There's a forking path here. It's so pretend you're playing a game, right? It pops up on the screen. Time slows a little bit. You go to the left. You side with Ophelia and check out the the Tower of Sighs. Go to the right. You side with Maladuke and check out the Temple of the Purple Flame. I will give you guys the time to think about what you want to do, talk about what you want to do. And
do we have 2 pieces? Or
you have 3 now.
We have 3 pieces.
You have 3
We need
pieces.
1 more.
You need 1 more. It's in one of these 2 places.
And I think we should bury these pieces that we got already. It's dangerous. No, I think it's dangerous for us to
there's nothing
carry these.
We can't bury them. They will be found and eventually used. We have to stop it at its base, at its core.
So I'll give you 2 weeks to think about that. Decide what you want to do. Let me know though, so I'll know which way to prep it. But other than that, that'll be it for tonight, which means we got to roll experience, all right? We've got to roll.
I didn't get any dragons or demons.
No, but you participated, right? What is Maggie, you're pretty good about having this up. You got it up for me? Participated. I think there's one about taking out a foe.
Did
Right,
you take out a big foe? Did you
Yes.
explore a new area?
No.
Did you?
I did. I would argue.
I would also
Uh,
argue that
I would
the
okay.
room.
I would argue. Yeah, I'll give that to everybody. You guys did find
Uh,
2 new areas. You're
hang on.
muted, but
Yeah, Nefarious is muted.
I explored the inside of an amphibious creature.
that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, so that's 3 so far. So what else?
Can we argue that Vaughn had to also explore a new area of the unknown known as possible death for
I
the
mean-
8th time?
No, he's been there before.
The party explored it, so everybody gets the 3. So everybody gets the 3.
Yes! Yeah, got
So
you,
did
my
you
man.
participate? Did you participate? Did you explore a new location? Did you defeat one or more dangerous adversaries? Did you
Yeah.
overcome an obstacle without using force?
Yes.
I'd say yes. They're at the end. You
And
did.
did you give into your weakness? And
I mean,
I
always,
did.
constantly, forever with Beyonce.
What's Beyonce's again?
Vain. She's vain.
Oh
so-
yeah. Yep.
And let's see, blunt, characterized by directness and manner of speech without subtlety or evasion. Frank, callous, insensitive,
Definitely.
and brisk. Yeah, I think I did.
What about the other 2 there?
No, mine's that I don't sleep indoors.
Okay. So that's what was that? 4 for everybody, 5 for those with was that it? 4 for everybody,
Yeah.
5 for those that had the weakness. And then in addition to good God, Crothu's rolling like 700 of those damn.
We're looking for
I-
fails.
I'm also
Okay.
going to take a warg pup and raise it.
Okay, yeah. So there are 4 pups.
Ooh.
If anybody wants one. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw success and remembered that that's not how this works.
Yeah.
You
Is
gotta
there a
roll
way
high.
to roll this? The experience?
Fails.
No, we just roll a
Roll the
check
actual-
and look for a
fail means you can go up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much how we do it. There
Okay.
might be, I just haven't played around with enough to do it. So, and then if it goes up, just up at 1. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Swimming.
What was the other one that I haven't done yet? Beast Law, because I'm about to get a warp up.
Oh yeah, you probably. Need that. I think your
okay.
Beast Lord. I thought your Beast Lord was better than that.
Yeah, so
thought
did
you
I,
had-
but no.
Somebody has some
Okay.
pretty good Beast Lore. I can't remember. I was looking at someone's
Yay.
sheet earlier.
Mine's at a 12, I think.
Okay, maybe it
Okay.
was yours.
And my horse.
Sneaking went up.
Okay.
Some legends went up.
Healing went up. That was it. That all for me.
That's good, though.
Went up.
Listen, I'll
Bartering.
take
I
one
got
over
bartering.
none.
All right. Excuse me. So we all rolled? We all done our rolls, or are we still working on it?
No, I
No,
got.
I had a
I'm
few.
still working on it. I might as well do swimming because I was in the water, so I should maybe
makes
gain a
sense.
skill in that. I only got 4, so I should get it.
Or Omega. At some time we were using that chart because I actually got
Yeah.
a scar on that chart that reduced. It gives me a bane on 2 skills for 8 days. So
So I,
on the 0 or less
Okay.
chart.
We use it when we
all-
remember.
so I got all mine: bartering, crafting, swimming.
Nice. Awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Well, I think
Oh,
Vaughn.
nice.
Vaughn. I think if I remember, you went like 3 full sessions without getting a single thing. So you getting everything is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
had some bad luck. What is your HP? Like, what is your actual HP? Because I feel like you're like one
There we
hit
go.
all the time. Like your max
Uh,
HP.
Wrong
Where
check.
I think it's 8.
Jesus,
Yeah, I've only
Lord.
got 8.
Wow. I don't even know of a way to raise your HP in this game.
Well, the death saves and rallying kind of make up for like dying, right?
It helps. That's
Yeah,
true.
I
Yeah.
get to roll again because I rolled a dragon on that, right?
I don't
I
think
put
that's
it
how
in
that
the wrong
works.
chat
No, but this
again.
is your 4th one.
It's my
Jesus.
life.
All right, let's see.
Alright,
Okay, I desperately need to leave. I apologize.
Nope. We're heading out now anyway too, so you can go ahead and drop something. Thank you all for watching. We will see you back here in 2 weeks for more Dragonbane, and until then, have a good one. Bye everybody.
Bye bye.